Imagine being married to one of the most feared warriors in history, a man trained from childhood to fight, a man who lived by a strict code of honor, a man who carried a sword everywhere he went. To the outside world, this might sound like a dream. Power, respect, prestige. The samurai were the elite warrior class of feudal Japan, serving powerful lords known as daimyo. But while history glorifies the samurai, few talk about the women who were married to them. Being a samurai's wife could be a life filled with loneliness, pressure, fear, and strict expectations. In many ways, it was its own kind of battle. The first challenge was simple. Samurai were rarely home. Their loyalty belonged first to their lord, not to their family. When a daimyo called, a samurai had to leave immediately, sometimes for months or even years. This meant the wife was left to run the household alone, raising children, managing finances, overseeing servants, and keeping everything in order. All while waiting for letters that might never come. Samurai lived by Bushido, a strict warrior code emphasizing loyalty, honor, and duty above all else. For the samurai, family often came second. Even when husbands were home, their focus often remained on strategy, training, and politics. Family time was limited. Many wives described feeling like shadows in their own homes, living quietly behind the fame of their husbands. Even when he was away, fear never stopped. War was a constant in feudal Japan, especially during chaotic periods like the Sengoku period, the age of warring states. Battles erupted without warning, and death on the battlefield was common. For a samurai wife, this meant living with the terrifying possibility that her husband might never return. There were no quick ways to communicate, no reassurance beyond hope. News when it came could be tragic. Losing her husband meant not only heartbreak but a dramatic shift in her life. The psychological toll was immense. Many women developed coping strategies, focusing on household duties, practicing religious rituals, or seeking comfort in social networks with other samurai wives. Still, the constant shadow of danger hung over them like a storm cloud. For samurai families, honor was everything. A husband's reputation could determine social status, wealth, and security. If a samurai lost honor, he might be ordered to perform seppuku, a ritual suicide meant to restore his name. For the wife, this could be disastrous. Families of disgraced samurai often lost land, income, and protection. A household that once commanded respect could fall into poverty overnight. The life of a samurai wife depended entirely on her husband's actions. Even without dishonor, a husband's death in battle left widows vulnerable. Social norms offered limited options for independence. Some women remarried, often for survival rather than choice. Others relied entirely on relatives or the goodwill of their husband's clan. Contrary to popular belief, many samurai wives were trained to fight. They learned to use weapons like the naginata, a long polearm effective against attackers, and practiced discipline and strategy. Why? Because if enemies attacked while the husband was away, the wife was often the first line of defense. Some women even joined battles themselves. Legendary figures like Tomo Gozen fought alongside men in war, proving that samurai wives could be as courageous and capable as the men they married. Even ordinary wives might train quietly in martial arts to defend their homes. For many, this was not a choice. It was survival. The ability to wield a weapon, manage the household, and maintain order made these women warriors in their own right, even if history rarely acknowledged it. Life as a samurai wife also came with strict societal expectations. She was expected to be obedient, modest, and loyal. Managing the household flawlessly was essential. Mistakes could damage the family's reputation. Education for women focused on morality, discipline, and obedience. Many learned from texts like the Onna Daigaku, which instructed them to obey fathers, husbands, and later their sons. A samurai wife's life revolved around her family's success, often at the cost of her own desires. Personal ambitions were suppressed, social mistakes punished, and emotional needs set aside. Yet this discipline was essential for maintaining a household in a rigid, hierarchical society. Another major responsibility was raising children, especially sons. Sons were expected to follow the warrior path. learning martial arts and the values of Bushido. When fathers were absent, mothers played a crucial role in instilling courage, discipline, and honor. They also prepared daughters for similar lives of obedience and duty. In this way, samurai wives shaped the next generation of warriors, a role both vital and high pressure. Failure to teach proper values could have social consequences for the entire family. Love was often secondary to duty. Many samurai marriages were arranged to strengthen clan alliances. A woman might be sent far from her family to live with strangers in a new household. Adapting to this environment, fulfilling expectations, and ensuring the marriage's political success could be overwhelming. For the wife, personal choice was limited, and failure to meet expectations could have social consequences. Her life, like her husband's, was deeply entwined with honor and status. Even when their husbands were home or nearby, danger persisted. Villages and castles could be attacked without warning. Samurai wives had to be prepared for siege, defense, and even the possibility of death to protect honor. In extreme cases, women chose death over dishonor if their household fell. For a samurai wife, survival was important, but often secondary to duty and dignity. Their resilience was tested not only by social expectations, but by the violent realities of war. Despite these challenges, samurai wives were the backbone of their households. They managed finances, oversaw staff, educated children, and maintained social connections. They ensured that families survived while men pursued glory on the battlefield. Without them, many samurai households could not function. Their contribution was quiet but indispensable, a strength often overlooked in historical accounts. Their courage was not measured in battles fought, but in the relentless endurance of daily life, the ability to navigate social pressures, and the protection of their families against uncertainty. When we imagine samurai, we see armored warriors, dramatic duels, and battlefield glory. History remembers the men, but rarely the women who supported them. The life of a samurai wife was defined not by sword fights, but by patience, resilience, and sacrifice. Loneliness, fear, and constant responsibility shaped every day. Yet their role was crucial. Behind every legendary samurai, there was often a woman ensuring the family's survival. Some accounts describe wives who managed entire households in their husband's absence for decades, demonstrating remarkable organizational skills, mental toughness, and leadership. Qualities often ignored by history. While samurai are remembered for courage and honor, their wives were fighting a different, quieter battle. A battle against loneliness, fear, and strict societal expectations. They carried enormous responsibility and lived with uncertainty. They may not have worn armor on famous battlefields, but surviving life as a samurai's wife required a unique strength. In many ways, it was a harder, more relentless role than that of the warriors themselves. Because in the world of the samurai, honor came first, duty second, and family often last. And those women bore the cost of it all,